Do it.
It's gonna be fun.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm here today with DJ from Las Vegas Scuba. Check out his channel as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to that. If you're interested in anything about the lake, Lake Mead and Las Vegas area, if you're into scuba diving as well. Today we're going to do something really cool, and we're going to check out a bunch of the stuff that is starting to emerge from the lake, from the air. There's been a lot of videos showing people walking around and stuff, but this will hopefully give us a new perspective. So we're going to go check it out. DJ knows all the cool spots. We're going to get up here and go check it out. All right, let's do this. Seatbelt. All right, rotor brake. All right, that's off.
500 drive. Las Vegas Tower 888, Hotel Alpha's with you, ready for departure of the restaurant.
Delta 50 Foxtrot, taxi into the ramp today.
Into the ramp, 50 Foxtrot.
Helicopter 888, Hotel Alpha, North Las Vegas side departure from the west ramp will be at your own risk, wind 13011, altimeter 2980.
2980, 888 Hotel Alpha. All right, here we go. You ready?
Do it.
So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. Living here in Las Vegas, we've seen the lake levels drop more and more each year. And this year in particular, we're getting down to what they call dead pool. We're getting close to that, where we'll no longer be able to produce electricity from Hoover Dam. So I decided we'd take the helicopter and go have a look for ourselves and actually get an aerial view of what's going on out there in the lake. In the last couple months, we've had a boat, big speedboat, pop out of the water, and now it's just sticking up almost like a big monolith. And a couple of other things also are out there. So DJ and I headed out. He's got a really good working knowledge of the lake as he works out there every day. If you ever get a chance, Las Vegas Scuba, head out there and go diving with him. If you're ever in Las Vegas and want to do a tour of the Strip or any of the surrounding areas, come by and see us at 702 Helicopters. Most people choose a nighttime tour, but daytime is something spectacular. A lot of people don't realize just how beautiful of a city Las Vegas is.
Helicopter 8 Hotel Alpha, leaving cross level, 6 elevator services, command frequency, change for
Hotel Alpha, thanks so much. We'll be back. Bye now.
As we got closer to the lake, we flew over Las Vegas Bay. It used to be a bustling marina, but low water levels have made this marina inoperable, and all of the boating activity moved to Hemingway Harbor in the south end of the Boulder Basin. The bay is a natural discharge point for the Las Vegas Wash, where all of the water that we get, well, at least most of it, that we get from the lake is returned after being processed and cleaned. It's hard to believe that this used to be a bustling marina and people would launch their boats here. We followed the wash down to where DJ let me know the speedboat that's stuck in the water was. It's been there for quite a while now, and it's been the focus of a lot of videos on YouTube, so we figured we'd check it out. It's bizarre because the way it sits in the water, it looks like some kind of strange monolith or an ancient sundial, massive sundial, and it's weird to think that people used to go out on the weekends on this boat and have a good time, and it might have been a family or a couple, who knows. But now it's just sticking up out of the mud. God only knows the stories it could tell. We headed south towards Boulder Harbor, and as we did, you could look out across the lake and just see from the rings around it just how much water has disappeared. When I moved here in 2001, over 20 years ago, and the water back then went more than halfway up to the top of the rings. It's a devastating amount of water that we're losing. Flying over Boulder Harbor, you can see exactly how devastating the loss of water has been here. This was a really busy harbor for the longest time, and it ended up closing down in June of 2021. If you take a close look at the satellite imagery of the lake before then, you can see just how much water is disappearing every day. Next, we flew by Las Vegas intake number 1, which sits about 1,050 feet above sea level. Below that, at 1,000 feet, sits intake 2, and well below that we have intake 3 that's 860 feet above sea level. If we get down to there, if we get down to intake 3, then we have reached a dead pool for certain. Intake 1 used to be a popular dive site. Now it's almost completely out of the water. Heading towards Big Boulder Island in the Aggregate Plant that was built in the 30s, we can still see the clarifying tank that was built. And pretty soon, I think we'll be able to see more of the actual aggregate plant that was built there. It used to be one of the largest in the world. It sits about 12 miles from Hoover Dam, and it was used to separate rocks into different sizes for different aggregate for all the cement that was used. Again, I don't think it'll be very long before we can see all the towers. Many divers like to go dive and see it. And it used to sit in about 115 feet of water, but it's not even close to that now. The Lake Mead Marina. The Lake Mead Marina is the oldest marina on the lake. In 2008, bought by a family that purchased the marina, a store, a restaurant, creating the largest inland marina facility in the world with just under 1,500 boat slips and dry storage spaces. Here again, the marina keeps getting moved further and further out, and as it gets further out, other things emerge as well, such as the Higgins Boat that was just recently found and used to again be another popular dive site, but now it's all the way out of the water. Higgins Boat was built in World War II and was used to transport infantry personnel, and apparently it was purchased and used by the marina for a while and then sunk for some reason or another. Next on to Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam sits between Nevada and Arizona and was constructed between 1931 and 1936 during the Great Depression. It's the reason Las Vegas exists. President Franklin D. Roosevelt is the one who commissioned it, and its construction was the result of a massive effort involving thousands of workers. It cost over 100 lives. It was referred to as the Hoover Dam after President Herbert Hoover. The bill was passed by Congress during its construction, but it was named Boulder Dam by Roosevelt administration. And the name of the Hoover Dam was restored by Congress in 1927. dam is located near Boulder City, a small town originally constructed for workers on a construction project. It's about 30 miles southeast of Las Vegas. And the dam's generators provide power to public and private utilities in Nevada, Arizona, and California. A lot of people get their power from this dam, and even more people get water from the dam. If we get to the point where it's a dead pool, it's going to be hard times for a lot of people. It was around 1984 when the lake was at its highest point. And back then, water would literally pour over the spillways. Now, as we fly over, you can see the gaping mouths of the spillways. Water hasn't touched it in a long time. Next, we went to go look for a boat the DJ told me about. Said it should be sticking out of the water pretty soon, if not already. We looked and looked and looked, and finally we found it and realized it was already more than beached. It used to have the sides up on it and everything like that, but now that the water's not even around it, it's simply collapsed, and it looks like a bunch of people may have been scavenging it for parts. Finally, we headed to Callville Bay Marina, which is still usable, but the boat ramps aren't. There are two different boat ramps there, and both of them are way out of the water. You can see the higher one hasn't been used in a long time, and now there's a long floating dock that everyone who uses the marina has to trek out on every day if they're going to get to their boat. My neighbor used to live in Callville Bay, and would tell me stories about how he and his wife used to live there, and the water was almost right up to their little trailer home. And now it is so far from even close. From what I understand, they're going to be building a new boat dock just on the other side of it, to the west of it. That's supposed to be coming sometime next year. We'll see. We'll see just how low the water goes. So from here, it was time to head home, and we headed west towards Las Vegas and North Las Vegas, where we're based at. On the way, we spotted something in the mud. It looked like some guy in a Mercedes ended up getting stuck, and he was pretty deep. It didn't look like anybody had tried to pull him out either. Looks like he's been there for a little bit. Finally, we did a last flyby of the speedboat Monolith, aka the Las Vegas Sundial. It just gave us again an eerie reminder of how quickly things can change out here. The water levels have dropped so fast, it's frightening. One cool thing, if you watch closely, as we flew by, we got to see a coyote. Coyote had gone down to the water and pulled himself out a massive fish. The fish was almost as big as him, and he was enjoying it, that's for sure. From here on, we went to North Las Vegas and set down. If you watch the video till the end, you're going to see a beautiful landing by me. Pat myself on the back there. If you like the content of this video or this channel, please like and subscribe, and if you comment below, I promise you that I will respond. If you've already subscribed, we thank you, and thank you for watching.